All right, guys, we are here with the DJI Mini 3, and the main reason why I want to do this is because DJI is claiming that we get a max 51 minutes on this new Mini 3 with the plus size battery. Now with the DJI Mini 3 Pro, they were rating this thing to be 47 minutes of flight time. Of course, that is the rated flight time that they normally put on these drones, which are pretty high because of the fact that they are doing them in a controlled environment. Also, you're able to get a little bit more flight time when the drone is moving slowly at a nice even pace. Now for me, just to get something that's a little bit more consistent, I like to do just a basic hover test. And when you do hover tests, it actually does drain the battery pretty significantly. People don't realize it actually sitting in one place uses up a lot more battery than it does if you're actually moving nice and slow. So I will be testing out the 51-minute rated battery on the Mini 3, and it actually is the same battery as the Mini 3 Pro. The difference here is that we don't have obstacle avoidance sensors, we don't have the APAS. So ideally what DJI is saying is that since it's not having to use that computing power for those sensors, we should be able to achieve a little bit more flight time. I'm gonna take it as far as I can, probably around that 5% mark is what I normally will take the battery down to for these tests. Ideally, when I'm out there flying, I will normally bring the drone back in around the 20% mark. First one's up. For the most part, if they drift a little bit, I will try to keep them leveled. All right, looking at the remotes, we just got them up in the air a couple minutes ago. On the Mini 3, we are looking at 41 minutes until battery depletion and 41 minutes as well on the Mini 3 Pro. We're looking at 35 minutes, so we do see some movement here, or some better times on the Mini 3. It did, there's about a minute difference, a little less than a minute difference now between the Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro. So let's keep going. All right, we're jumping into the stability. The Mini 2 has been rock solid as far as like movement. It has not moved at all. Mini 3 Pro also really rock solid. The Mini 3 took a second to calibrate, it seemed like. It was fluctuating a little bit more than the other ones. I'm not sure if there's possibly interference or what it might be, but it did fluctuate a little bit more than the other ones. Put my attention towards the Mini 2 because right now it does say we have about a little less than 4 minutes until forced landing. All right, we got critically low at 1%. Oh, sorry, 1 minute to go. 10%, it goes in critical low. Battery low, power unit will automatically reduce aircraft mobility to ensure flight. All right, so we're at 5% coming down. 22 minutes on the Mini 2 until 5%. All right, so I still have obstacle avoidance on the Mini 3 Pro. And as you can see here on the Mini 3, we are doing good. 38% left, and on the Mini 3 Pro, 33%. So that obstacle avoidance definitely is taking a toll on the battery consumption. Here we go, we're at 5%, just like on the Mini 2. I'm gonna let this land. The battery landing at 3606 on the 3 Pro, but it does say on there about a minute and a half left of depletion. So if I were to bring it down to 0, I probably could have squeezed out another minute or so. Okay, we're at 5. So forced landing coming in, 5% just like the other one. Let's bring this down. And at 5%, 5% land, 39.12. And there you go, a full flight test on, as far as a hover test goes, Mini 3 versus the Mini 3 Pro. And if you do have a Mini 3 Pro and you want to extend the life of the battery, just turn off the obstacle avoidance. That's pretty much what's happening here on the Mini 3. So with the obstacle avoidance on, right now I had about a difference of about 3 minutes. And like I said, that's just a basic hover test, and we got very close to about 40 minutes. Probably could have squeezed out 40 minutes if I brought the battery down to 0. I brought them consistently down to 5, but when you try to hold it back up there, you probably could squeeze out another 45 seconds or so. So I probably would have gotten about 40 minutes of flight time, hover flight time, with the Mini 3. Now when it comes to the Mini 2, we still have a very, very solid amount of flight time on the Mini 2. This is actually, I did the best up in the air as far as just being rock solid in the air. The one thing you can tell for some reason on the Mini 3 was that it did drift a little bit, sort of just kind of up and down. It took a little bit for it to get settled in, and then once it did, I think it was fine. I'm not sure if that's just being that I have 3 drones up in the air and maybe there's a signal thing. So when it comes to extending that flight time, definitely turning off the obstacle avoidance. If you have the Mini 3 Pro, turn off that optical avoidance if you want to extend your flight time. But here on the Mini 3, it doesn't have it. So yes, the flight time definitely is a lot more. Definitely a lot of time if you have the Fly More combo to be up there with those 3 batteries. You're going to be up there for an hour and a half or so with that Fly More combo. If you guys want to see more videos on the Mini 3, of course, I have a full playlist down below in the video description. And of course, this one here, the Mini 3 Pro, tons of videos on this one, also linked down below. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. This is Aldrin Stasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.